Welcome back to Pantherbook Podcast Week. Are continuing our 2022 winter season preview with girls basketball now. We have the two senior captains, Bridget Leo, Katie Peterson. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
First question, you guys finished last season 21-2, a really successful year, and we'll kind of talk about how you guys have had so much success recently. But last year, 21-2, you guys lose in the championship game to Springfield Central. A tough game there as they were the Division I champions. Just thinking all the way back to March, Katie, we'll start with you. What have you guys learned since that game, and what have you learned about this team? And then now working through the summer and fall, how has this group of girls grown since that loss?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was a tough loss for us all, especially because it was kind of the end of a chapter. A lot of those seniors from last year contributed a lot for us. And so now with them graduated, we're kind of focusing on the future with a very young team. So I think for at least me and Bridget, the loss really motivated us to kind of be the best versions of ourselves and help the team grow from how we lost last year to how we are now. And we're trying to reflect that on the younger athletes that are on our team now.
Yeah, like Katie said, we definitely lost a lot of seniors, a lot of valuable seniors last year. But I think just continuing to grow and encourage the underclassmen is definitely going to become a huge factor for us. And also I think just getting better playing under pressure is going to be super important for us this year.
Yeah, you guys have been playing under pressure a lot, and it kind of comes to with how successful you guys have been. You guys went undefeated when you were freshmen, sophomores, right? So the two underclassmen years. You guys lost 2 games last year, playing some harder games, but then you guys haven't lost a Hockenbach League game since you've been with the program. So just so much success under Coach Layton. Do you guys now as senior captains feel, Bridget, we'll start with you first, do you feel like there's any pressure that comes with so much success and having to live up to that expectation now as senior captains?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure, especially just all the press we get. We're constantly getting reminded that we are undefeated for these 4 years. So there's definitely a lot of pressure. But like I said before, just kind of staying calm and just encouraging each other and kind of focusing on one game at a time. That's been our motto for the past 4 years, just focusing on one game at a time and just focusing on that day and just performing on that day and that game day.
And I think it's easier not to feel the pressure when you have confidence in your team and your teammates. So I think that through practices, we're definitely building our confidence as a team, and I think that'll grow as games go on and we get more confident in ourselves and how we play. So I think we're off to a really good start so far. Yeah,
that confidence is going to be really important down the stretch, especially now with you guys as captains. It seems like every year Coach Layton has a great senior class after a great senior class. And last year was no different. You guys obviously had Julia, some other girls off the bench, but they're really 2 big pieces, right? Or Stephanie and Olivia, your 2 captains from last year, both playing college basketball right now and getting some serious minutes as freshmen there. But playing with Olivia and Stephanie, Katie, this one will go to you first. Playing with those 2 girls specifically and how they were able to contribute as captains and show you how to be leaders. What did you guys learn from Olivia and Stephanie as your senior captains last year that's you can take with you now and will be so important this year and for the development of this team for years to come?
I think it's definitely a lot of expectations to live up to because they did such an amazing job leading our team last year to success. I think some of the biggest things they did was just leading by example on the court. Of course, their voices were very present and helping us, but I think on the court, they gave the most effort that I've ever seen, and they practiced so much that it kind of motivated us all to be better. And I think that me and Bridget just want to keep the intensity at practices and games going to help motivate the underclassmen.
Yeah, I think Katie covered most of that, but just the communication on the court is definitely super important for both games and practices. So just as long as we keep doing that, I think we'll find a lot of success. And also off the court, doing lots of team pasta parties and just continuing to grow together off the court will also have a huge impact for us.
Yeah, that's going to be cool to see how you guys can grow and then kind of keep that success going. Going back to that point, you guys have done a lot of stuff in the summer and the fall with this group since that loss, and just working on being the best team you can be for the regular season. With working with this group so much, Bridget, have you noticed any underclassmen or maybe under-the-radar players that we might not have known from the 2021-22 season, but by the time March rolls around again and we have a full season, this girl, maybe in particular, will be a household name? Bridget, one person who stuck out to you.
Yeah, I think the first person that comes to my mind would probably be Nora McCallum. She's a junior. Over the summer, I think she certainly stepped up, and during the preseason too. She got called up last year for varsity, and I think she definitely kind of used that to motivate her and the past couple scrimmages, I think she's looked really good, super aggressive, and also she's a very good rebounder for us. So I think she'll be a huge asset for us.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Nora works really hard and has developed a lot since last season. I also think that Sasha Tracy will be hopefully a huge contributor for us this year, and I think that she's also seen a lot of development from being more of a role player last year to hopefully more of a key person on our team this year, and so I'm super excited to see them both develop.
Yeah, Nora and Sasha, 2 juniors we'll have to watch out for. Last and final question here. Now that you guys are senior captains, what are your expectations for this season coming up? And with the schedule being released, first game coming next week on Tuesday, is there any games you guys are really looking forward to, maybe circled on the calendar with your last season with Franklin girls basketball?
I mean, of course, our hope is to win all of our hot games again this year. And I think that if we play well as a team, then we should be able to accomplish that. I mean, definitely looking down the road just to this week, we have Oliver Ames, which is always a huge game to us, and we went to overtime with them last year. And I think Foxborough is always good competition for us, but I think just thinking one game at a time is important for us to keep our intensity up and work together well as a team.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple hot games that are going to be difficult for us this year. So we're definitely looking forward to those. And later in the season, we're going to be playing Walpole, which is something that stuck out to us. We've had a rivalry with them for a while, so that'll be super exciting and fun. But yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll have to watch out for Oliver Ames, Walpole, amongst others. Thank you guys so much again for coming on. This was our 3rd episode of the 2022 Winter Sports Season Preview. That wraps up the girls basketball edition with our senior captains Bridget Leo, Katie Peterson. Guys, thank you so much for coming on, and great luck this season.
Thank you for having us.
Perfect. You've been listening to another Pantherbook podcast.